Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some RuneScape, shall we? Picking up where we left off with the quest Mourning's End Part 1. Indeed, Nick, man, Mourning will end. We're on Part 1. We sprayed the sheep. So the sheep have been re-dyed to confuse the people of Ardoin to, I suppose, believe that the plague is real, to help further the plans of the elves who we've discovered to be the mourners. So now we look at this, and the head mourner has now asked that I poison the food stores of West Ardoin with a non-lethal toxin. He told me about some joker who poisoned their food, but doesn't know who or what the poison was. I wonder who that could have been. I'm assuming that was me. I think I need to talk to someone who knows something about this sort of thing. And he did, I believe the head mourner mentioned who exactly can help me with that. And it's, I think, taking me full circle back to West Ardoin with the lady who I worked with earlier on this quest. But let me just talk to my dude here, double check on that. How's the epidemic going? You mean the poisoning? Subtle as a brick. Yes, that. How's it going? Can you explain to me what it is I have to do? Right, here's the plan. We've never tried this before, but some joker put something in our food not too long ago that gave us all symptoms akin to those of the plague. If you can find out what it was that we were poisoned with, you could reproduce the effects. If done right, the poison should not be fatal and could help restock our dwindling supply of slaves. We can have our men remove the, quote, infected citizens. Distribution should be easy enough because of the city's walls. No one can grow their own food, so all the food here comes from one of the 3 government supply points. So let me get this clear. You want me to find out who poisoned you, find out what they poisoned you with, find out how to make the poison, produce enough poison to affect a lot of people, contaminate the food stores with the poison. Your assessment is correct. Only 2 of the stores need to be affected. I would help, but I'm not a biologist. Return when you have fulfilled the task. Yes, sir. Okay. Crab. Sir Theodore, good evening. Good to see you. All right. So let's go back out and find a biologist. Alright, so we're in the head honcho area. And this is a cauldron. Looks like a witch's cauldron. And we're going to go here. Let me bounce out and just try some ideas over. Distro, good evening. That would be a good idea, Distro. Not a bad plan at all. An explosion of fireworks. Why, look who it is in there, I believe I saw. Is that our good friend? Lucian. Yep, still here. Okay, so there's a mourner suspiciously there, and what we want to do is talk to Alrina, maybe? I don't know. I'll see what's going on here. Oh, I forgot about this amazing picture. A picture of the lady called Elena. What are my theories so far? Boy, Sir Theodore, this is a great question. So, right now we understand that there is a city, an elven city, Prith, or Priffindas or whatever, and it was built a long time ago when the elves came through the portal by their goddess, whatever. And there's 8 towers, I believe, and there was like 8 groups of elves that were kind of working in harmony, and then one of the groups went sour, and I believe that sour group, the Dark Elves or whatever, are the Mourners. And we've already worked with their leader, sending a flaming barrel down upon someone we shouldn't have. And why they are connected... Oh, thank you, Nickman. Why they are connected, like why the Dark Elves are perpetuating the lie, you know, I'm not sure. Like, does it really have something to do with regicide, where what the king here said was that he's just faking this plague to, like, protect against his brother? And some incursion coming out of the passage over into the Elven lands? But I don't know. Okay. Thank you for rescuing my daughter. Elena has told me of your... That's who I'm looking for, Elena. In entering a house that could have been plague infected. I can't thank you enough. Alright, so we need to find her living nearby. Well, but... Yeah, Nick, man, I totally feel you. Like, in like D&D and stuff, Dark Elves are a different race. But in the game, they do refer to them as Dark Elves, don't they? Or am I misremembering that? Here she is. Hello again, Elena. How dare you enter my house, Mourner? Get out. It's me. Oh, I didn't recognize you in all that Mourner gear. How's it going? Alright, but I could do with your help. What's the problem? I've been asked to produce a poison based on rotten apples. I doubt any poison based solely on apples, rotten or not, would be very effective. Well, I put a rotten apple in the Mourner's stew. I'm told that the effect was much like the symptoms of the plague. That sounds like they were ill from some sort of toxin. I should think it was a mold of some sort that had the effect, not the rotten apple itself. What do you need it for? I need to poison a large food store in order to get the Mourner's trust. That's awful. I can't help you in such an endeavor. If I don't gain the trust of the Mourners, then the people of West Ardoin will have a much worse time than the effects of the toxin. Elena, trust me. Yeah, it is cool, Sir Theodore, when like they respond to it. Much like in the desert quest that we just did, where every time I ran through the town wearing garb of Saradomin or, well, any god, basically, they were not happy about it. And they would call me down, regardless of if it was Zamorak or Saradomin. I think you should tell me just what's going on. Well, I'll start from when we found out that the plague was a hoax. After returning to Ardoin, I visited the king to tell him of our discovery. Oh god, this is going to be quite the story we have to tell her here. As you can guess, he already knew about the plague being a deception. I knew it, but why? King Lathis told me that while his brother was exploring the realm west of here, he was taken by the Dark Lord, who forced him to drink from the chalice of eternity. I'm told this corrupted him. You don't sound too sure about that. Where his alignment lay matters little now. You must understand I was acting on the best information I had at the time, but I jump ahead of myself. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story. King Lathix explained to me that in order to stop the Dark Lord, we needed to stop his brother, and to do that, we need to find a way to the West Realm. I was led through a cave system packed full of traps that led right under the mountains to the west. At its heart was an evil mage named Iban. He held the Well of Voyage, a way of traveling to the Western Realm. My guide went a little mad, and, well, to cut a long story short, I eventually had to destroy Iban. This saved my guide and gave us access to the well. Unfortunately, Iban had messed with the magic of the well, and mages were needed to repair it. I returned to King Lathis, who told me he'd see to fixing the well. Sometime later, I received a summons to meet with Lathis. The king informed me that the well was repaired, and I was to finally go and deal with his brother. He said I could expect help from his ally when I got there. Once more I passed through the warren of traps under the mountain, this time passing through the Well of Voyage. This eventually led me to a land known by its inhabitants as Tiranwin. There are people beyond the mountain range? People, yes, but not like you or I. I was just coming to them. Where was I? Oh yes, I was only in the woods of Tiranwin a short while when I was caught in a fight between two factions of elves. Elves? Really? I thought they'd gone from this land. No, they're still here, and in some form of civil war, too, it seems. Anyway, getting back to the story. Luckily, the winning side in the fight was my contact. Lathis allied himself with one of the elf factions? Yes, I didn't think about that at the time, but it did strike me as a little odd after I thought about it. Anyway, a plan was devised to blow up King Tyrus. Oh, this recap is hysterical. Like, she's like asking these just very basic logical questions that expose like how haphazard the hero is in this game. Yeah, I didn't really... It all happened so fast, and, Nicholas, good evening. Good to see you. I hope you're well, my friend. I didn't really mean to do it, but several people are dead because of me, and, now I'm wearing the Mourner garb, and you see, I'm trying to work with them to gain their trust, and this is all for the good of the realm. A plan I was successful in carrying out. As I said, I was acting on the best information I had available at the time. I left Tiranwin to return here and inform King Lathis that his brother was dealt with, carrying a magically sealed message from the elves. On my return journey to Lathis's castle, I was confronted by an elf from the rebel faction. He knew a great deal about my deeds. He also knew of the message I carried. It was a Trojan virus, meant to infect the computer systems of King Lathis and bring down his network. He cast a spell on the message that let me open it. Oh, okay. Nickman, good idea. What did it say? It told of how King Lathis wants to reclaim the land given by his father to the Knights of Camelot, and of a deal between the elves and the king promising the help of the Dark Lord in this endeavor. Now, I'm going to need a moment to put the pieces of this puzzle together, because it was a while ago, but now that I'm thinking about it, as I'm just kind of like standing back for a moment, I had forgotten this wrinkle that, so King Lathis wants land given by his father to the Knights of Camelot. And wasn't it also that like murder mystery house of the wealthy people, the mansion that was right next door to Camelot? Weren't they also trying to get the land of Camelot for their own purposes? Like, how many people want the land of Camelot? Like, well, it was similar. It was like, it was their family land, and like one of their ancestors had promised the land to King Arthur or whatever. So they're working, those people were in cahoots with King Lathis? It seems to me that people in Gielinor are just reacting to the intrusion of British mythology into the world. Like, they're all resenting this intrusion. They're like, why is there King Arthur, Merlin, and Knights of the Round Table in this fantasy realm? They don't belong here, and we all want them out. So they might not be in cahoots, but they have a similar interest, so they both have a claim to that area, that land. It's not a very big parcel of land. It's not exactly huge tracts of land, you know what I mean? Yeah, it is a little bit odd, but it's interesting how many people are going after, like, that parcel. Okay, anyway. So King Lathis wants the land from the Knights of Camelot. I knew he was up to no good, but how could he side with anything that calls itself the Dark Lord? This is a great question. I love that Elena asked this question, because this is the essence of it. Whenever anyone calls themselves the Dark Lord, you really have to wonder, like I was talking about last night when we were playing Baldur's Gate, when you're the baddie. Like, when you just think about it and you say, are we the baddies? And yes, you are. And if you're in opposition to Camelot and the Knights of the Round Table, you might want to think to yourself, well, they're paragons of virtue and justice. If I'm opposed to that, what does that make me? That was my thinking too, so I agreed to go and meet with the leader of the Elven Rebellion. I was taken to a small village in a hidden valley, where I spoke with an elf named Arianwin. He revealed to me that our mourners are not quite what we thought. In fact, they're elves who follow the Dark Lord. That's fair, Nick Man. That's fair. But even though that's the case, and even though I'm not going to, say with 100% certainty that they're good, I can with 100% certainty say that somebody named the Dark Lord, not so good. I was asked by Arianwin to infiltrate them and find out their plan. I managed to fool them into thinking I was a new recruit, which was no small task in itself. I think I need to win the trust of the head mourner before they will tell me anything useful. And so my story ends here. That would be it. My story ends here. Roger Wilco, what's up, my friend? Good evening. I know, that was a hilarious recap, Roger. And it's just like when we were in the village that with Arianwin, where there was that, like, scribe or whatever. Like, we caught them up on the details, and, we heard the details back, and it's like, okay, everything is paused. The story ends here. I guess I'll follow the head mourner's instructions until they let me out. Let me in on the plan. All right, I'll help. You'd better be right about this, and I'd better make sure you get this toxin right so no one dies. Bring me a sample of rotten apple to examine. I'll also see if I can make a counteractant for the toxin. Alright, I'll be back shortly with a rotten apple for you. Okay, we gotta go get a rotten apple. Sure. I honestly don't recall where I got a rotten apple from. I mean, McGruber's just feels like it's full of apples, but I'm gonna go nearby. I mean, there's got to be just some apples, like, lying around by the farming area. There an orchard around here? Oh, right by the cauldron back at inside Western Ardoyne? Okay, thank you. Do. Right. Thank you. That's a good way of putting it, Nick Man. That's very succinct. Red dot. West Ardoyne, indeed. By the way, here we come by the best window. The best bay window in the game. Like, this is such an unbelievable window. It is a shame that all you really have is a view of someone else's fenced garden, but it's just a thing of beauty. There it is. Look at this. I mean, with a name like Jimmy Dazzler, you're gonna have a nice house. You're gonna have a house with unique architectural features that's the envy of the whole neighborhood. That just goes without saying. Yeah, that's... Maybe the nice house is... Oh, look at that. Lucian's on the move. His doctor told him for his limp and his arthritis to work it out with some exercise. Now, I guess for being a part of one of the worst quests in the game, they gave him the nice house as recompense. Is that you, Dr. Incompetent? It's me. You got a sample of the apple? Yes, I have it right here. You hand Elena the rotten apple. Ick. Alright then, let's get started. Ah, you're a scientist, come on. Elena starts some tests on the apple. This will take a while, come back in a bit, and I should be able to tell you all about this toxin. Alright then, I better leave you to it. Oh, okay, I will. How's it going? I do wish you weren't in that wearing that gear. Anyway, I'm getting there. Just a few more tests to run. Okay, I'll come back in a bit. How's it going? Alright. She says just a few more tests again. She was not happy. Does she have a snappy comeback if you don't give her any time at all? Hi, I'm back. How's it going? Okay. Well, you know what this gives me time to do? To go to the other side of one of my favorite structures in the game. And this is such an interesting house that's conjoined where you can't get upstairs from this side of the house. It's such an interesting decision to link the houses, but this must be like, you know, the housekeeper's quarters. It's all by itself. It cannot be accessed from above. How's it going? You shouldn't creep up on people with all that gear. Where was I? Oh, yes. I've managed to isolate a small sample of the toxin. It's a byproduct of the mold that grows on these apples. It's not so fatal, so a counteractant shouldn't be necessary. How big is the store that you're going to affect? Well, I was instructed to contaminate the 2 distribution points. That's over half the food in West Ardoin. You're going to need a huge amount of the toxin to do that. You're also going to need to refine it too, or people will notice rotten apples in amongst the food they're buying. This is starting to get a little tricky. Can't you make it for me? I would, but I don't have the right equipment here to do anything in bulk. Are we going to Remington? Alright, tell me the process and I'll get started. Right then, the first thing you need to do is mash up a lot of rotten apples. Then you will need to dissolve the toxin into a liquid that has a very low evaporation point. Some form of solvent. I was told about a book on explosives that discussed a solvent perfect for this job, but I don't remember who told me about it. Oh, is it the Book of Big Bangs? I've got that lying around. Sorry I can't be of more help. Now, where was I? Oh yes, next. The useless solid can be strained out. This should leave you with a solution of the toxin in the solvent. Finally, the heat mixture to evaporate off the solvent. Be careful of naked flames, as the solvent will be highly flammable. Once that's all done, you'll be left with a white powder. Be very careful not to breathe in or ingest this, as this is our toxin. This is like Breaking Bad. I feel like I'm making some kind of unbelievably illegal narcotic. And that's all this is? Why isn't anything ever easy? Here, this may help. Elena hands you a large sieve. Okay. You may want to check out the orchard just north of the city. I hear no one has tended it since the blight infected the trees there. Okay. So we're going north of the city to check out the orchard. Now I'm going to drop this picture right. It's like a good doormat for her, right? She could come out and see a picture of her from, and remember the good old days when she was missing. All right. See, they've got a blight. It is a wild place. They got a lot of rough stuff going on. You're right about that. Alright. Let me just kind of take a gander at the old map. And, I mean, if I were an orchard, I guess I'd be over here. Like, this is an orchard-ish. Unless they need MacGruber's wood. Don't need the frogs? Okay, great. Oh, this thing right here, this like fenced orchard? Okay, thank you. Boy, I was going the wrong way. I was going to go check MacGruber's. I just like saying MacGruber's wood, so I really look for any excuse to go over by old MacGruber's. Is this place on fire? Oh, is this just an artifact of interior torches? Looks like this place is ablaze. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, we have some problems, Houston. Alright. Oh, look, they have an apple barrel here. Okay. Alright, there's plenty of stuff here. You know, Sir Theodore, they just have a high appetite for risk over here in Kandarin. They need to see, and they don't care about the consequences. Take from the rotten apple pile. You take a rotten apple. Alright. A huge amount of apples. I mash them. And then I add a solvent. And then I remove the mush. Okay, so... Can I use the barrel? Yeah, I can make apple mush. Okay. So I need buckets. And I need cooking apples. Or I can make it like this. Where I just need rotten apples. And I have like... I need a barrel full of rotten apples. Okay, so take the barrel. Use the barrel on the rotten apple pile. I got it. And then now we can use the apple barrel and do this and make apple barrel. Alright. So it's full of mushed apples. Okay, this is a big amount. So now I need the solvent. I think I'm going to need that Big Bang book. Let me go ahead and... Hey, Storm Rider, what's up, my friend? Thanks for subscribing. Let me go ahead and teleport to the old Grand Exchange. Let's see. Let's pop into the grandest of exchanges and talk to the banker. Oh, where'd my big book of banks? Oh, I'm carrying the big book of banks. I forgot. I already had it on me. I think they told me in the quest directives. Okay. Quicklime. No. Brimstone. No. Well, let me see. Here it is. Naphtha. So one of the more volatile fractions of the fractional distillation of coal tar. So I have the coal tar, but I need to distill it into naphtha. Is this the thing that I need to go over to Remington to process properly? Do these... Right, I remember that, but I just need, Oh, that mini game down in his basement? Yes, I do remember that. So, but can't I use the barrel of coal tar that I have here? Alright, let me see. Do. Oh, I need more coal on top of the coal tar? Okay, thank you. Alright, I'll get it. Now, there's a coal mine where it's easy to get coal. I can't take the coal from Miscellanea, right? That just gives you, like, favor. I recall something where there's, like, a track and a coal mine that's... Right. That's what it is. I thought I remembered that. Okay. Let me see how much I have. First of all, let me see if I have any just lying around the old bank. I have just charcoal, but no, like, coal. Alright, let's see what we got here. No, I don't want to withdraw all. Okay, here, just go here. Alright, no, okay. I got coal. Great. How many do I need? Oh. Leonard, what's up, my friend? Alright. I'm gonna go do a little banking here. Alright. Okay. I'm going to take 10. Let's see how this does. By Jove. I'm chomping at the bit to see if we can complete this amazing minigame. Leonard, I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you for asking. I hope you're well. I remember this minigame being very stressful if it's the one I'm thinking of. One of them, like, you're clicking stuff constantly to keep the pressure even, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly which one it is. Let's see. I thought I did this in your basement. Can I not go down there? Lamp oil, impling jars. No, I don't need any of that. Oh, thank you. I see it. For some reason, I was... That's what I was thinking of. I had in my mind the Void Knight thing, which was in the basement, which was more complicated, I believe, and was more stressful. Alright, let me examine it. Okay, so... Use coal on this thing. Okay. Alright. So, here's the pressure, here's the heat. Wait, what happened? Did I mess it up? I was making progress. Oh, okay, thank you. Whoops, okay. Oh, I'm out of coal already. I added too much. Yeah, for sure. I can't, you know, I'm doing that, and I don't remember how much I need to toggle even the tar regulator, or how that helps. I can't remember where I put my my dash. There it is. Okay. All right, let's try this again. I haven't tried Hidden Deep, Leonard. What kind of game is that? It sounds familiar. I'm gonna get this right. It would be a good idea to name my bars. Action bar. How do you do that? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at all the different names I get. Oops, that's the wrong thing. I want to... Never mind. This I want to call movement. Hey, stop closing the thing. There you go. And then, let me see which number is the bar that I'm looking for. Here it is, 10. Alright, I'm going to go here. And we're going to go to... 10, we're going to call magic. Sweet. Hey, Darren, what's up, my friend? Good evening, good to see you. Crispy Bacon, good evening. All right. Okay. We're going to try it again. Oh, man. I don't even see why it turned on me there. I didn't... Alright. I'm not going to touch the tar regulator. I'm going to see if that'll work. No, you have to. Otherwise, there's nothing that even goes in. Alright. Does the guy... Let me see if he has a book inside his house that helps explain this again. I don't know how high I need to turn the tar regulator, but I don't remember it being quite this bad. Darren, that's a great question, my friend. I don't finish them. I do some of them. I've finished many games on the channel. Subnautica, Under Rail, XCOM 1. But generally, I'm a very distracted gamer. I bounce around from game to game, seeing what's out there. If I get bored, I just move on with the game. You know, actually, Darren, to that point, I think you're right, Nick Man. Oh, no worries, Sir Theodore. Thank you. I'm a classic gamer, and from a long time ago. And so when I used to start gaming, a long game was like 20 to 30 hours. That was like a ridiculously long game. Now they make games and they're like 100 hours. And I can't, there's very few games that I want to put 100 hours into that are single player games. You know what I mean? And so, like, I remember back, the good old days with, like, Super Nintendo, where you're talking about Super Metroid, you're talking about Zelda, Link to the Past. These games are, like, 8 to 10 hours. That's it. And that's kind of a good length, I feel like, for many games. Even something like Baldur's Gate 2, I don't think I spent more than 20 or 30 hours on this game to complete the story. But now games are so long. Right, Nick Man. So I just tend to, like, kind of burn out on them. And I also want to see... There's just so many games to play. I want to see what's out there. Yeah, that's the thing, Crispy. I will play Starfield, but I don't know if I'll beat it. I mean, I know it's like... That's a good example. I did beat Skyrim. I beat Elder Scrolls 3, 4, 5. I beat Fallout. I beat Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4. And I did play through those and beat them, but it's few and far between. I'm clicking on the pressure valve. Why is it not doing anything? Isn't that wild, T-Swan? By the way, good evening, my friend. 170 hours, right? I mean, I'm not saying that that's bad, because if you think about MMOs, you spend hundreds of hours on these things, but it's different, and completing an MMO isn't really a phrase, but completing a single-player game is... And yet, something about it. I don't know. Sometimes I do, Darren, absolutely. I mean, I have a lot of regrets. There's a lot of games that I wanted to finish. Like, I still think about finishing Disco Elysium, for example, all the time, and I haven't finished that. You know, I never finished XCOM 2. There's a bunch of games I'd love to finish, absolutely. That's more of a, like, I just wish I had more time. That's right, Sir Theodore. The problem was I was clicking on the pressure valve and it wasn't moving. Like, I wanted to release the pressure, but it just wasn't letting me do it. Gosh, goodness gracious. Now it moved too many times. Yeah. I don't know what's going... maybe the interface, the hitbox on the interface is giving me trouble. No, no doubt, Leonard. I'm with you. That's another... Come on, pressure valve, go. I'm getting frustrated with this one, I gotta tell you. I'm clicking madly on the pressure valve and it's not moving. I see what you mean, Sir Theodore. I need some WD-40 on this thing. Okay. Pressure valve. What do I need? Maybe I'm not clicking on the right part. That moves fine now. No, I'm telling you, Sir Theodore, I wasn't clicking madly at first. I was clicking once on the appropriate place, right of where the handle is, to tell it to go clockwise, and it wasn't responding. So I start clicking madly after I failed twice of not clicking madly, thinking maybe that'll work, and it didn't work either. Like, I know exactly what I need to do. The interface is just preventing me from doing it. I will try that, Sir Theodore. Noth, good evening. Oh, well, let's see. I can get this. I can do it. Okay, so the heat's going up. The pressure is rising. Let me try to click over here. There we go. Yeah, maybe I just need to click further away. My thought was, like, it's separated into 40, like, these 90-degree turns, and I want to just go to the center position with the handle, so that's what I'm clicking on. No, Sir Theodore, it's fine. I just need to find a sweet spot, like, on the handle, because I don't want to waste any more coal. Like, even in this spot, I'm not going to finish it because I don't have enough coal. So I need to go get some more coal. It's just one of those moments where it's like, it's not that I don't know what I need to do. I know, you know, exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. It just is made challenging by where I'm supposed to click. Oh, you're right. Okay, good point. Good point, Sir Nick, man. I can get some more coal in here. Alright, let's try this again. I don't want to crank up the tar because I feel like it's too swingy if you give it a big boost. but I would go faster filling it up if I did. I tell you what, at least it doesn't burn through your barrel of coal tar. That would be brutal. Alright, let's try this again. Let's get it going. Okay. Alright. Fractionation. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, it remembered where I was. That's nice. I didn't expect that. Did I get it? I tell you what. I knew how to do it. It was just, what I was doing was I was clicking right here in the center position on the pressure valve because I wanted it to go right here. But you have to click over on this side of the wheel for it to work. Oh, we can do it. I had done it in the past. Alright, now what? Do I use the barrel on it? How do I get my stuff out of it? Oh, here it is. It's just like, I couldn't tell that there was anything in that barrel. I've got it. Sweet. Okay. So now, we got to be careful with the open flame, I'll tell you that much. So what we need is, we add a solvent, and then I need to remove the mush with the sieve, and then I need to heat it, but it's going to be explosive. So we will use the barrel on this, and you mix it with the mush. And then I use this on the sieve. And then we sieve the solids out of the mixture. So we have some toxic naphtha. And then we just need to have a fire. Oh, I see. It's colorless. That's why I couldn't see it. That fire don't count. Okay. Can I just cook it? Let's see. Cook the barrel of death item that I have. Alright, here. Don't do it that way. Just use this on that. I almost died. It was a bad idea. Okay, so now... Well, touche. I thought that all I had to do was be careful. Okay. Oh, should I use it at the oven? Like at the baker's oven? Alex, good evening. I got this, no problem. Now that I know where to click on the wheel, that's no problem. I still have the coal tar. I just need the apples. Oh, hey, Alex, thanks for your Prime sub, my friend. Dismantle got a new DLC? That's awesome. I don't think I even made it far enough to get to the DLC and Dismantle. Alex, did you make it far enough into the game to do the DLC? Crispy, what about you? Did you were playing Dismantle a bunch, Crispy. Did you get to the DLC portion? Yeah, you did say I'd use a range. Yeah, I'll use the range. Oh, I never purchased it then. I just played the version that was free on PlayStation, so I didn't have any. Oh, you played all three, Crispy? Nice. Okay. All right, everybody. Let me get a barrel of apple mush. You know, it's saying something about how high of a level I am that didn't kill me. This is why it's so hard, you know, to make good crystal meth. Like, you need a real established laboratory in a rolling RV. Alright, get him in there. Oh, I didn't see that animation before. I didn't get that. Did you guys see that animation? I didn't get that the last time. Where I just jump in and do it with my feet. That was amazing. It even had sound effects. That's how we make our apple mush. You just jump on it. You know what? That's true, Sir Theodore. Never would have got that animation or heard those sound effects. All right. Ah, I clicked add coal too many times. I wasn't getting the heat like I wanted. At this point, I know exactly what I need to do. I could do this much more readily. I just needed to knock the rust off. But now that I know where to click it, I can make that stuff in my sleep. Is it really? I didn't know that. Oh, I see. Yeah. You know what? It's turnabout is fair play. That's what I did to Tyrus, so I should experience it myself. You know how it's like when they give the police officers the taser? They tase them first so they know what it feels like? That's what it is. I needed to experience the exploding barrel. Use this on that. There you go. And then use that on that. Okay. You know where we go for this? I think you do. There's only one kitchen I trust with this job. It's back to the beginning, everybody. It's back to quest number 1. This is where we bring it all full circle and distill our toxin to potentially devastate the population of Ardoin. It's here. Wow. Look at all these different sizes of pots they've got. Very impressive. You evaporate the naphtha and you're left with a powdery residue on the inside of the barrel. We've got it. Alright. At last I have the toxin. I must locate and contaminate 2 of the food stores in West Ardoin. We're going for it, people. They'll never know what hit them. In English, Nick, man, that's called a hood. Right, it's like a vent, but for an oven, you call it a hood. At least that's what I call it. No, we don't need to talk to the king. Yeah, it is. All right. So now I need to locate the food stores. Should be pretty easy to find. Do you have any silos around here? Oh, I forgot there's ghosts in the graveyard. Oh, ghosts and zombies. Boy, that's a spicy meatball. Haven't been here in a while. This looks like a food area. They've got a mill. They've got some laundry. Go away, Mourner. Oh, alright. Maybe not. Oh, that's not a mill. That's a sewing machine. Or it's a, oh, it's a dryer. It's to dry the laundry. I gotcha. Press. Okay. It just says 2 food stores in West Ardoin. So let me see if I can talk to somebody and ask them about it. Can I talk? Hello. Good day. You need assistance? Yes, but I don't think you can help. You'll be surprised at how much help the brute force of the guard can be. Well, I'll be sure to ask if I'm in need of some muscle. That is crazy. What a plague indeed. Alright, recruiter guy, do you know anything? Citizens of West Ardoin, who will join the Royal Army of Ardoin? It is a very noble cause. Fight alongside King Tyrus, crusading in the dark lands of the West. Well, do I tell this guy? Plaguebringer. King Tyrus is a scum. Tyrus will be informed of those words of treason. I don't think he will be. Someone throws a tomato at the recruiter. Nice. Hello, we don't get many newcomers around here. Hi, buddy. Alright, yeah, there were tomatoes all over. Oh, he's been hit hard. Maybe that wagon? Oh, here's some foodstuffs for sure. You add the toxin to the wheat. After a few seconds of mixing, you can't tell the difference. I'm poisoning people. This quest really elevates you. Hi, I hope you don't mind being poisoned. Yeah, we did it. We definitely saved the day, as it were. No food there. Well, I don't feel like a goodie. You got any food in here? It won't be with the mourners, it'll be with the peeps, right? Hey, let me in. Ew. Broken range. Yeah, fallen into serious disrepair. Nothing good. What is that? A shelf for storing stuff. Fantastic. Hey, Fading, good evening. Yes. This is a quest where I'm trying to impress the bad guys so I can infiltrate them wearing this plague costume. And in order to do that, I have decided to poison the town. Hey, little girl, do you know where the food supply is? I'm very interested to know. You can't reach it. Oh, I'll reach it. Ah, the spiral staircase. What a house. Yeah, you know, but it's what they say in real estate. It's location, location, location. You know, it's a wonderful house with a spiral staircase and a bedroom with a parapet, but it's in West Ardoin. Oh, that really devalues it. You got any food sacks in here? What about this big house? It's in here. I know you got food in here. They don't. They most certainly don't. Look. Alright, this is a bigger establishment over here. Let's check in here. Let me do my diligence. Alright. Oh, here's food right here. I found it. Yes. Don't look, people. Toxic powder on the grain sack. You add the toxin to the wheat. That's right. Don't look over here, lady. Alright, we did it. Let's go tell the guy. Yeah, you'll just have symptoms of the plague, but you won't actually die. The suffering will be real. See, these guys have quarterstaffs. I wonder if I can get like a basic quarterstaff and sneak in. I'm in. Here we go, everybody. Head Mourner. You're back already? How's the epidemic going? The epidemic? Oh, you mean the poisoning. Yes, how's it going? That's all done and dusted? Alright, sorry, that was a bad pun. Yes, right. Well, anyway, this is good news. Give it a few days and the slave pens will be full again. What do you need slaves for, anyway? I guess you have proven yourself. Now I will tell you of our discovery. Not long after we convinced Lathis that it was a good idea to let us run West Ardoin, we found evidence that somewhere under the mountains to the west is a place of ancient power. We've been using those we take from the city to help us dig down to it. Unfortunately, we have opened up a few old caverns infested with beasts. We lose a few slaves every day to them. We'd better find this temple soon. Temple? Yes, a book recently found tells us of a temple built by the early elven settlers. The temple was made around an altar of an unknown origin. All we know about the altar is that it gives us access to some very powerful magic. So that is the real purpose behind us being here. Not really. Like I say, we're here to prepare the way for the Dark Lord, but gaining the power of the temple will speed things up a lot. I see. Now you know about the temple, I have a new task for you, but it will have to wait. One of the guards has taken the excavation site key to the locksmith to be copied. Report in regularly, and I will see that you get a copy as soon as he gets back. Boom, we did it. So, this is fantastic. I'm going to say something, and I'm just going to connect some things. So we completed Mourner's End Part 1. We got a bunch of experience. We have access to the Death Guard headquarters and the village of Leta. We got the Crystal Teleport Seed. We got the full Mourner's gear. We're up to 292 quest points. Number 1. Using slaves to dig. I am Letya. Okay. I am immediately reminded of a little town that is run by vampires, and where they, capture the people and bring them down into the mines. So, the mining slave labor runs a consistent theme throughout, but I also can't help but wonder You know, you're digging into the ground and they find an ancient temple of unknown origin that gives them power. I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff with Zeros recently. Am I thinking in the right time period if I think Zeros for this ancient temple? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use this lamp. Give me the XP. Give me the thieving experience. Look at all that. Thieving went up. Oh, it's going to be 11 o'clock so I can go, Nick Man, to do that tree? Okay. I don't want to take any good stuff to the wilderness event, right? Or can I wear my regular clothes? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go Mourner's gear then. That'll give everybody a real surprise. Now, can I, can I keep my money? Like, no one could take that, right? I'm always worried about it, because I have so much money, I don't want to lose it. Alright. Alright, west of the wilderness lodestone. That person's just sitting on a beach chair. Is it right here where this person is resting? Hey, John, what's up, my friend? I never played EverQuest, but I did play Ultima Online. I played a bunch of classic MMOs. I played, Dark Age of Camelot, Ultima Online, and now I've played this. I've played World of Warcraft. That's it. I think, John, it's interesting of whether or not I miss the classic feel of MMOs. Yes, to a degree I do. But then I played, for example, I played New World, and I'm actually probably going to be playing New World tomorrow night. And I do like a lot of the modern sensibilities also to them. People see me standing here in this mourner's gear, and they know immediately this person is not going to be contributing to this event. We have dead weight here, everyone. That person is level 144. Skill 2903. Level 125 plus 11. I like it. I like all of these quests. Honestly, the naphtha was... Once I understood it, it was fine. It was just at first I was just upset with the interface, but I figured it out. I like the story. I like... What I like about this part of the game where I'm at after doing so much questing is... I feel like I've genuinely become powerful, and that, you know, the curtain is being drawn back more on a lot of the mysteries, and I'm seeing more of the game and handling more responsibilities, and you really feel the arc of the power of your character. Like, to get to go, you know, to Tiranwin and just see the elves make that progress after years of not being able to go over there, not even having that lodestone, is pretty awesome. I should have brought my brains. What am I doing? Oh, I gotta grind them all? Okay. Exactly, Nick Man. I started with stuff like baking a Duke's birthday cake. And now, like we just saw in the... I went back to Lumbridge to cook a dangerous solvent to mix to poison the entire town of West Ardoin's food supply, helping the Dark Elves. Yeah, I gotta nurture the evil tree, Sir Theodore. I mean, how else do you nurture an evil tree than to grind up bones and give it bone dust? How's this tree doing? It's doing great. We're all here together. Hey, Robert Wilson, what's up, my friend? Yes, we just finished Mourning's End Part 1, and now I'm just raising up some skills here at the hour, doing this evil tree event. Nurturing it. Yeah, we're almost to 300 quest points. The bones are gone. Alright, we completed the event. Here we go. This is what I'm here for. Let's see the woodcutting go. Look at that woodcutting fly up. I smashed it. I got 2 big bones. Do I use this kindling or do I wait? Just keep chopping. Look at this tree. Oh, what a sinister maw. I mean, to be honest, if I were a tree and there were a group of people standing around me with hatchets, I would probably make that face and react in this fashion if it were possible, so I can totally understand. Oh, it's Sir Theodore. Good to see you. Yeah, it looks awful. I mean, and like, my character is just relentlessly chopping. What am I supposed to do? Use the kindling on it? I've got too much. Oh, there we go. I burned it. I burned that tree. Burn it up. Everybody's just like touching these things. Touch it. Touch it. Burn it. Uh-oh. You feel the ground shake. Now we're burning it. I mean, this is such a sadistic quest. Like, it's like the Unsullied, you know, in Game of Thrones, where they have to, like, nurture and raise a puppy and then kill the dog in order to kind of, like, matriculate into the Unsullied army. We, like, nurtured up the evil tree from a sapling, feeding it precious ground human bone dust, and then chopped it down and are actively burning it to the ground. I mean, the tree is like, wow, really? You're trolling me this hard? Like, I could have just stayed as a seed, but instead you raised me just so you could torch me up. It's quite the event. It's a great word, Robert. It's a word you don't hear too often, except at, like, high school graduations and when people leave one place of business for, you know, greener pastures. Burn it. Is it done? Is there more to do? What we get? We got very wild rewards. Oh my gosh. The Zamarakian Undercity Lucky Charms. Sir Theodore is probably thrilled about that. I got a bunch of Champas. The evil is defeated. Alright. Let me go back. Oh, I'll be there in no time indeed. 2025, here we come. Do-do-do. Hello, banker. Alright, well, we did raise some skills up. Oh, well, I didn't notice that my farming went up to 100. Well, there you go. I had thought I had parked it at 99, but no. Triple digits. Alright, I'm feeling good. Next quest. Oh, that's what it is, Nick, man. I was like, I don't think I was doing anymore. So now we're going to do Mourning's End Part 2. And we could set this as active. I will say this. I've been thinking about Recipe for Disaster. How many of these can I do? I've saved all the ones in green. And then I need to do the yellow ones? Or is it the other way around? Like... I can't do Ceramic and the Monkey Ambassador yet, but everybody else, I could try to get him, help him out. Okay. Oh, it just means I haven't started. Full set of Mourner gear, a rope, 50 assorted items from a list or some means of accessing the death altar. That's funny. Alright, we got the full set of Mourner's gear. We need to go talk to the head mourner. Alright, fine. Oh. Oh, you're right. You mean my monkey talisman? I don't think I have a death talisman, to be honest. I'll have to go buy one. All right. Death talisman. No, nobody's doing it. Edit. There we go. You pay through the nose, you get your death talisman. Yeah, good point. It doesn't say that I need to talk to Aranwin first, but I can. Do they let me buy more of these babies in here? Through murder. How fantastic. How goes it? It's going great, dude. I think I got the information you're after. It seems they're searching for an ancient temple of some sort under the mountains. Dear Sarah, no. They have rediscovered the Temple of Light? Well, that doesn't sound so bad. I don't think they found the temple yet, but they know it's down there. You must stop them at all costs. If they harness the power secured in that temple, they will be able to start the endgame before we can be ready. What do you expect me to do about it? Whatever you can. We cannot allow that power to fall into their hands. Right then, I'm on it. As soon as I get a key to the excavation site, I should check in with the head mourner. Alright, so we're going in. Thank you for the warning, Sir Theodore. Hey, Elder Biscuit, good evening, my friend. That is awesome. Yes, that's when I started the adventure. And look at where we're at now. We are working on Mourning's End Part 2. Alright, so let me change my gear. Alright. We're going back. Look at those sheep, dyed beautifully. Vibrant colors. Who could have done that? It's almost like a man had a special launching device and took a frog, ingested it with dye using bellows, and splatted the frogs to coat them. Esteban, good evening, my friend. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're enjoying the Factorio guide, my friend. I love Factorio. It's still extremely complicated for me, but I enjoy the game. Yeah, they're normal. Do you have the key for the site yet? The guard has finally returned. Seems it took him so long because he had 10 times as many cut as we needed. Good idea. Hey, Morbid Fell, good evening, my friend. I mean, I love the fact that this guy's like, yeah, we got this random dude to go to the locksmith with this really vital key, and he made a bunch of copies, so we're just giving them out. That's useful. I'm always losing keys. Well, I have plenty now. So you mentioned the task you had for me, something to do with the temple? That is right. We have been excavating for some time now, digging far under the mountains in search of an ancient temple, as I said before. That's right, you said something about an altar that will give us access to some very powerful magic. Indeed it will, once we find it. I accept. So how do you want me to help? One of our dig teams has recently gone missing. I need you to find out what happened to them. That sounds easy enough. You say that now, but it seems our digging disturbs some of the many beasts that dwell in deep crevasses under the mountain. We've tried, but we are unable to damage the creatures. It seems we need some sort of beast slayer to help kill them. It's never easy. Pardon? What was that? Nothing, sir. I'll get to it. Here, you'll need this. The head mourner hands you a newly cut key. Thanks, I think. Good luck. Well, I just need to get Raptor down here. The Balrog is a problem, but Raptor can take it. Alright, hopefully they don't mind if I change into my, my combat digs. It seems at last the head mourner has had copies of the key to the excavation site cut. He's given me one and asked that I investigate the disappearance of one of the digging crews. Well, I see some slaves, some bare-torsoed guys digging, and then there appear to be what look like evil triceratops. Oh, I can't even hurt it. Okay, then. Ouch. Alright, let's look around. Can I talk to this guy? No. Alright, Well, I might have to put my Mourner stuff back on, or the beasts just don't attack me and I can slip through. Oh, they attack. Hey, Falcor. Good evening, my friend. Good to see you. The learning curve? It takes a few hours to get there. There's a lot to learn in this game. Well, this looks like the dig team. I should hurry and tell Arianwen. Oh, it disappeared. There's a shadow. That was unfortunate. That message disappeared before I could read it. I know it said I should hurry and tell Arianwen, but... Are you alright? The man died with nothing. I don't doubt it. Shadows. Why is the Temple of the Light infested with shadows? The man died with nothing. Boy. Alright, so we see some icons here. Okay, thank you, Sir Theodore. It sure will. Examine the crystal, a source of great power. Oh, it's the Temple of Light, because we're the Warriors of Light from Final Fantasy. Alright, they totally found it. Well, don't worry, they haven't found the temple yet. Alright, I got a little something to tell you. They found it. Oh, okay, turn the shadows on? I guess you're right. I can't get through this thing. A door of pure light. Oh, it's one of these. Okay, yeah, I can do this. It's like move the light, bounce the light around kind of a puzzle. I gotcha. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Oh, I forgot to investigate them. I just came to Ariane 1. All I know is that they died with nothing. They died as they lived. What's the latest news? I found the entrance to the temple. I was asked to investigate when one of the dig crews went missing. I found them massacred at the entrance to the temple, surrounded by strange shadows. So they are one step from finding it. I was hoping I would not need to ask you this, but I need your help again. We need to restore the safeguards on the Temple of Light. Tell me about this temple. The temple was created thousands of years ago to protect an altar that dates back to a time before we walked this land. This altar has certain powers over life, and you need me to fix it. You really can be quite perceptive at times. Normally it would not matter, but if the shadows are free to roam outside of the temple, then the safeguards must have failed. Okay, I don't know about you, but I have no idea how to fix ancient elven technology. Luckily, our ways have stayed very much the same. Somewhere in the temple you will find a huge crystal set in the ground. If I am right, this crystal will be darkened somewhat. I need you to bring back a sample of that crystal. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Alright, so we just saw that crystal. Fine, we can do that. I hope you don't mind if I'm wearing full mourner's gear. This is what happens. Alright, we're going to teleport back here. Oh, the raptor's here? Yeah, he spends some time at the farm. He buys my dragons. He's a great stand-up guy. Don't ask what he does with the dragons, but he pays a good price. The amount of beans I get, you wouldn't believe. I'm up to my ears in beans. I like how because I'm in the Mourner costume, I can, like, punch that one Mourner in the face, and he just has to, like, you know, deal with it. Like, alright, yeah, fine, fine. I see what you did. Alright. Okay. A recently killed guard. The man died with nothing. A recently killed slave. The man died with nothing. The man died with nothing. Oh, it's terrible. I missed two of them. Okay. The man died with nothing. The man died with nothing. He died with nothing. He died with nothing. He died with nothing. 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 I know. It's just sticking out of him, and they're like, yeah, that's nothing. He also has a full, like, Mourner gear on. Like, nah. Doesn't count. The one leaning up on the wall. Oh, I didn't see that guy. You're right. Oh, you find a color wheel and a journal. That guy blended in. Alright. Edern's journal. I start this new journal. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna have to move away from these shadows. I start this new journal as I start my new life. I leave behind all that I was as I take a stand for the elven race. This is the journal of Nissian Edern. It is my hope that we can at last find peace with our misguided brethren and return home. To stay here is to condemn ourselves to an eternity of chaos. To this end, we must each do all that we can for the greater good. Year 0, Day 1. Wow. Year 0, Day 1. Goodness. So this is like the very first elf? The Death Guard is an old and honorable society, and I so have enrolled. I have one more day in the city before I go for training. I was speaking to my brother, Iaston. He was telling me of the research he has been doing on the Undercity. He thinks he may have found the location of the old Grand Library. It is a shame his research will never amount to anything. No one will ever enter that place. The seals were placed on it over 2,000 years ago by Seren herself. He asked how my historical study of the Eastern Realms was going. I did not have the heart to tell him. I will wait until tomorrow. Year 0, Day 2. Yeah, exactly, Sir Theodore. I have put the last of my affairs in order. Iaston begged me not to go, telling me that I should stick with my research. I think my big brother may have had his nose in a book too long. He does not see what is happening to our people. We must regain our heritage if we are to survive on this world. Besides, if I am ever to know anything about the Eastern Realm, I should go and see the land for myself. This may be the last night I spend in the home of my ancestors. It seems a shame to have lost 2 years from my journal. Yeah, we did lose 2 years, but I can understand the need for secrecy. I am told that when the subjects covered in that portion of my journal are no longer an issue of security, the pages will be returned to me. Wow, they got redacted. At least I finished training, as I'm told that my first assignment will be in a human city. I wonder what they will look like. I was able to get an hour free in the city before leaving for my first post. I found Iaston in the same library I had left him in 2 years ago. It was good to see him again after such time, although his research had led him to some absurd conclusions. He thinks that one of the 9 seals to the Undercity is broken, though I am sure there are too many safeguards for such to be true. I wish I had had more time for him. This evening I camp on the peaks of Arendar. Tomorrow I report for my first day in the service of the Death Guard. I know, Sir Theodore. Well, he wants to, make Tirannwn great, and all that. The introduction to my new post was poor at best. I was not even assigned a bunk. The rest of the day was spent in a watchtower, occasionally getting attacked by pigeons. The humans are not so different as I thought they would be, although they live like animals. I have been kept very busy by guard duty over the last few days, and this is the first chance I've had to make an entry in my journal. I have bad feelings about the work I undertake. It seems to me that any task that requires us to treat other beings as poorly as we are treating these humans can only come to ill. But we must each do all we can for the greater good. See, he at least knows, this is terrible what we're doing. So much trouble. I have spent my day in the pointless exercise of chasing sheep about with a big wooden device. Oh my god. It's terrible. After wasting all the shots I tried putting vials of dye into it, the end I only succeeded in breaking the device. Wow! I'm picking up where Nisian Edern left off. I have been told that I will be doing paperwork all day tomorrow. I cannot do as much damage in the office, I was told. Today was quite something. I got a promotion. It looks like those years of study paid off after all. I am now in charge of collating all the historical data we are collecting in the excavation site. While filing some papers, I could not help noticing lots of fragments from an old page. Putting these pieces together revealed a message. Seren's light will open the doors. Her crystal is but a filter. It seems no one else had spotted that before. I think I have earned the respect of my colleagues today. For the last 2 days, I have worked cataloging cataloging all the findings. Then today, a messenger turned up with a document requesting that all materials from the excavation site should be returned to Prifendas, or Prifdinas. I wish I could join them on that journey. I hope my brother is well. There is a rumor going around of a great human who reopened the Well of Voyage. That's me! And in the process of doing so, banished the crazed mage. I wonder if this has anything to do with the prophecies. Wow, prophecies! One of the slaves escaped and ran off down the southwest cavern today. He was found some hours later in a small crevasse, rocking back and forth, repeating over and over, "No shadows get me." It looks like I will be the one to go and look for these shadows. I just got my orders to take a team and investigate the tunnel. Uh-oh. I am to be briefed in the morning. I don't think there's going to be a morning. Oh my god. Oh dear mercy. Now we know what happened. This was the team that was sent to investigate. The prophecy trope is very strange when you think about it. Like, it is so prevalent in so many ancient stories, and so many even recent fairy tales, you know. It's in Harry Potter, you know. It's just like... But obviously times have changed, but there is no... I mean, at least in the circles that I move in, beyond the Ouija board, like, there is no prophecy. There is no cultural relevance placed upon prophesizing or prophecy of any degree. Like, there's some slight attraction to, like, Nostradamus and, like, older prophecies, but there's, like, that's just not a part of our life in any capacity that we, like, you know, attempt to divine the future from some handed down expression. At least not that I know of. So it's interesting, like, that yeah, we just don't, like, I guess maybe if you reframed it, like, yeah, absolutely, Morbin. Like, if you reframed it as prediction, but that doesn't do it justice. Like, from a lot of the times, a prophecy is, like, something that somebody made and has been passed on, like, and remembered for a long time. You very rarely seem to get a prophecy, like, hot off the presses. Like, there's a seer out there, you know, like Madame Trelawney, who's just, like, gonna channel some kind of vision of the future. That like, we did have Miss Cleo for a long time, but I believe she's behind bars. So it is an interesting artifact of these stories. Yeah, so Sir Theodore is very existential in his approach, and most people are. There's... Even if, like, in contemporary society, even if people are religious, they don't really go in, like, mainstream religion doesn't really go into, like, prophecy that deep, you know. I guess, like, you know, there's some, you know, but anyway, I digress. It is an interesting thing, like, okay, so in this game, there was a prophecy, and potentially our character is the one spoken of as the bumbling fool who killed King Tyrus, poisoned a town, dressed up like a mourner, painted the sheep, and is now going into the Temple of Light. That's right, I remember that, Morbin, and it just didn't happen. Or, like, you think about, you know, the whole business of, like, the Aztec calendar ending, or Do you remember do you guys remember that cult Heaven's Gate, I believe they were called, that like they lived in like they all died, and they believed that like I think they all killed themselves like at the same time, thinking that at the moment of death they would be like taken up into a spaceship or something like that. And like they found them all like in their bunk beds, like with like these anyway. Hey, Kiko. So good to see you, my friend. But anyway, I don't mind it. Even though I say that, like, about how prophecy has really lost its place in contemporary society, that's not really that surprising. It's not like that's an absurd statement. I don't mind it in, you know, fantasy settings, but it does seem like a shortcut to imbue something with greater significance, you know, mystical significance in that way. But I don't begrudge it too strongly. That's right, Alex. That was the Jim Jones, like, that was a whole nother element in and of itself. Well, anyway, we are doing Mourning's End Part 2, and we need to go and find a blackened crystal in the light maze, and we are on that. Yeah, Nick, man, you know, I kind of agree with the sentiment just because it's happened so much, but I think I would feel differently if I was from an era when it was more commonplace and accepted, and like it had more potency, whereas now it just feels like a con job. So this crystal hasn't been blackened. So this is going to be the big puzzle that I need to do, right? And I don't know if... I guess you're right, Nick. That makes... Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, we'll get into finishing this quest next time. This is a good place to stop, because we need to explore this maze and get into Mourning's End Part 2, and we'll do that next week. Everyone, this is my bedtime. I want to say thank you so much for coming out to the stream, playing some RuneScape. We finished Mourning's End Part 1, and we did the Evil Tree event. We're getting more and more bombshell revelations. We poisoned a town. You know, just all kinds of heroic activities have happened today. We nurtured a tree to maturity and then butchered it and burned it. An amazing, confusing time here in RuneScape. I hope you all have an excellent evening or day. We will be playing, it looks like, New World tomorrow night if you want to stop in and see a kind of supernatural 1700s pirate and nautical laden MMO. Crab, Nickman, Alex, Sir Theodore, Fading, Kiko, Stormrider, Nicholas, Elder Biscuit, Esteban, Falcor, Robert Wilson, Roger Wilco, Noth, take care, everybody. Have a great one. Morbentfell, take care.